Alright, guys. Let's jump back into this and see what we can do. Eek! Still eating but watching? Cool. What are you eating? I'm gonna make some chicken nuggets after stream. I do it.
Damn it! Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Uh-oh. I know that one's in one of the cases.
This might be able to lift the curse on the painting.
You got a slishy slasher? Yep, I got a slishy slasher. Let's see. Jeez, music keeps getting all like. Take that, you fool! Release me! Cool. Uh-oh.
What's the matter with you?
Whew.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think.
I think so too.
She definitely caring about you.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
I'll just go then. I'll just see myself out. She definitely gave him the hungry eyes. Chapter 7, The Nameless Bookstore. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the Nameless Bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. She gave you all the hungry eyes. She's eating, so she's watching, but she's probably busy eating food. Uh-oh. This looks like trouble. Trouble.
Where is the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists, describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Ooh. Oh, I've got to have points from that. I got 2. It's a fancy cup. Darkwater History by Harry Campbell. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because up till then, the region was a favored refuge for... I still can't say that word. I don't know how to pronounce that. In 1847, after months of pursuit, the Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. I didn't really need that, but I didn't realize that's what it was. It was just like, ooh, something. A Puritan colony led by Revered John Wickwood. Let me try again. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Just giving that a hard time about Mrs. Baker and Nat, the clear but subtle developing relationship. Hey, I don't not ship it. I'm down. Let's see. Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of this time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. Yes, my medicine is up. Let's go. as precise and illustrated with as much detail as the first volume. This book focuses on healing surgeries specific to malformations and motor disorders. We're just increasing that medical, aren't we? Let's go. Let's go.
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Seems like amateur work.
To whom does this footprint belong? No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then?
Just wanted to make sure there was nothing hiding back there.
What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see... What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still in this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity, there we go, as sharp as mine, can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues of the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if the celebrated author says order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly in the event. I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. Okay.
What a strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
In the shape of a large dog, I don't know what it represents. Might find out more by searching the bookstore. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Apparently.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the brand, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved in it at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from the last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins's trip to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Interesting. Well, that's the first straight up mentioning of the great old ones. I don't think I have any information on that yet. Alright, I wish I could, close this. Oh.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
A book of esoteric philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophistical Movement, written by Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. Blavatsky. Wow. Whew! This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Let's see. Book of Spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Reedition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. de Lawrence's original.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
Collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse, written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leone and Theophilus Widebridge.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Cienti Brogadera. Whew! These names, guys. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William Sandbach. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents, wow, were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmar, professor at Miskatonic University.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Written by Hermes Trismegistus. Translated and edited by Nathaniel Copolis. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists. Wow. Wow.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
One. Two. Okay, so we need a... Is there a way to listen to them here in the bookstore? Does he have a thing? Did I check all three of these drawers? Yeah, okay. Ah, here we go.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay. Which volume?
Drake talked about a particular volume.
This volume is part of... Okay. Yeah.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Okay, but what does it mean?
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Yeah, it was that one specifically. Right?
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay. Oh.
What did Drake say about this collection?
That he never tired of reading them?
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Mm-hmm.
What did Drake say about this collection?
Okay, I can rotate it, but I can't do anything with it. Let's see.
Honey, I'm in love.
Wait a second. Anonymous, thank you so much for those gifted
Honey,
subs.
I'm in love.
Nocturne, KM Kelly, Bear Caduce,
Honey, I'm in love.
Bernadette Fan, and the Wolf and the Cat. I hope you appreciate and enjoy your gifted subs.
Honey, I'm in love.
So you have no ads, and you have fun Halloween emotes.
Honey, I'm in love.
Thank you very much, Anonymous. I appreciate it very, very much. Alright, I have no idea what to... Like... Okay. Like... It's gonna be 3 numbers between 1 and 10. That's 9. Maybe he talked about a couple other volumes. Let me take a look again at these. Oh hey.
The Queen has little protection.
Okay.
And
Let's listen to
these
one
red
again.
rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay, so I feel like 9 is one of the numbers. But like, what about the rest of these?
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Yeah, it's this.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
I could try I don't think 1908 will even fit because it's a 3-number combo. And 9 is the highest number. Oops. Yep, that wasn't it. Dang. I know it has to do with you.
What did Drake say about this collection?
Maybe it's 019? I don't know. 8. Let's look at our note from him again. The following message, blah blah blah. Okay, so maybe we try and listen to these out of order?
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research.
Mm-hmm.
I never tire of browsing through them. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Make,
Those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our
The
numbers
Queen
dwindle,
has little
and
protection.
my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
yeah, but... Hey, Filipino, how's it going? Just trying to solve some mysteries. Let's see, so red, green, red, green. I don't see anything. I mean, it's important, but... And then we look at...
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Okay, so 9?
The Queen has little protection.
4,
The Chalice of Knowledge.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's too many. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see, 5, 4, 9. I'm gonna try that. Hello? Okay, maybe it's... No. Oh, I did it! Cool! I figured it out! Because in the first reel, he talks about the Grail. So I counted the red stones, because he talks about the red stones. And then on the second reel, he talks about chess. So I took how many defending white chess pieces there were. And then volume 9. Cool! I like it when I can put crap like that together. Uh-oh. Hello? What is happening? Oh. Chapter 8. In the Nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the... A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Uh-oh.
This man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor,
Here.
an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there.
It's an alien.
We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
You're so close, Watch. You can do it.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations.
Like a squid.
And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen
You're turning him into a
suction
monster.
cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest,
Excuse me.
I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Let's see.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Now we're playing Miss Colden here for a minute.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl.
Naughty. Boiler room, administration.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Sorry, guys. All right.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Nowhere.
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
But I don't want you to tell him. Let's see. Why would she think to go in there, right? Oh, is that... Oh, it's the same room.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
It's a possibility.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway,
Petty,
I've learned
petty,
my
petty.
lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan. We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
I think there's a real monster. I mean, I fought what I thought was a real monster earlier, but
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
you know, with Cthulhu stuff, you also don't know if you're going crazy or if there's actually...
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
You don't know if you're crazy or if you're actually dealing with creatures. Alright.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Oh.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
That's me! I'm Edward
Dr.
Pierce.
Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
Okay.
Would you know where the key to the boiler room is?
Betty didn't put it back in its place. Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
But if I may say so, Doctor, I think that the problems of our patients are more urgent than the plumbing.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
That's gonna be me.
The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Dr. Colden.
That's it. Okay.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Do your job! Ooh.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
So, back to the boiler room. Oh, wait, this way?
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're a bad liar.
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Yeah.
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet,
Yes.
but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Alrighty, let's see. Storage room.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
There's plenty of tools over here. You kidding me? How about the storage room? Yeah. See, you just gotta think logically. Think, where would I find a tool? The storage room?
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Oh, I see. Can I just tell the lady, be like, oh, the water's not working again? Oh, no, go back to Elizabeth. Okay, okay, okay.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
She's always busy.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Okay. Oh,
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose
Why is
of
Ethan
her
on
remains.
medication?
In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
What?
I must
You have
go
a
back
question
to the
for me?
basement.
All right. What's up? What's up, Fred Eddie? Okay, the
I should
game
go another way.
just saved there. Sloppy Joes? Like the sandwiches Sloppy Joes? I mean, yeah. Yes, I do, in fact. You prefer manwich or homemade? I've always made mine homemade. I know I've had manwich. Manwich, which is fine. But I like them homemade. Probably prefer them homemade. I've only ever made them homemade. Wow. What? What? Okay, maybe this way. So I made like Philly cheesesteak with peppers and onions and sauteed. Oh.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know.
Wow, that sounds like a good
count on your
sandwich.
scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
No! Oh no.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
I have to say, I
around.
prefer how I made it over
Slowly.
manwich. Definitely.
Talk, filthy thief! I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
Well,
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
was so toasted garlic butter hokey buns. Oh, so good. I'm really trying. It's okay. You're not being rude, so it's okay. Why can't I select this one? Oh, I'm not an occultism master.
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colton. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Kind of does, yeah. Sure.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go. Rescue the doctor.
Yeah, Keanu.
Thank you, Drake.
He does kind of look like him. I totally see it. Is this the police's car? Where did I get this car? Brum 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 brum. Alright guys, that is actually gonna be the perfect wanna read something funny? Sure. But I am gonna say goodnight to chat as well.